Honorable Chairperson, according to the 2015 E&E, the department takes responsibility for monitoring the performance of individual, national, and provincial government departments and municipalities. As such, it says that it monitors frontline service delivery and manages the presidential hotline. That is the claim. Regrettably, service delivery protests are not abating. Townships are in volcanic ferment. The South African Post Office, we learn, is trying to do the impossible. Sort mail by hand because Siemens has pulled out. Eskom is more dysfunctional than ever before. Dysfunctionality is the new norm. The Auditor General complains that there are no consequences for misconduct and poor financial mismanagement. The government, the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, notwithstanding, does nothing, and so the rot continues. What do we ask is getting monitored. We have one of the largest, if not the largest, government in the world, and the costliest government, yet it is presiding over anarchy, lawlessness, and the collapse of numerous institutions of state. COPE has repeatedly and repeated the point made by the president, the previous President Mbeki, that the nation is in a state of drift. We said from the beginning that executive monitoring without the participation of the National Assembly was an act of futility. Events of the present time fully vindicate our stand. Monitoring and evaluation is nothing more than a backslapping game. Ask the people on the ground what they think, whether on the presidential hotline or by any other means, and they will have a different view. This government looks through rose-tinted glasses and sees no problem and no danger, and therefore is so complacent. The ruling party is happy to make big promises on millions of jobs, but delivers hardly any. This government says it has good stories to tell, but it is frequently reaping the whirlwind. The upshot of all the smugness is that the country is now too heavily indebted and burdened with too high a cost to service that debt, which generations to come will have to settle. Fiscal space has diminished, and government is now increasing taxes and diminishing services. How did we come to this with all the monitoring and evaluation that was going on? This government works with scorecards and evaluation reports approved by evaluation steering committees. We urge government to leave the boardrooms and get real. The ministers need to get into their overalls and work with the people where they live to achieve hard outcomes, not scorecard numbers that are of no consequence. We never agreed with this department lack of transparency, and frankly, we see no use for it at all. It is an unnecessary drain on taxpayers.
Honorable Matisha, please conclude.
Okay.